But let's take a look at what you are saying now. We flip the script, sort of. And Bukola, of course, joins me as we walk through your comments on social media. Bukola.
Yes, indeed. Hello again, Kayode. Nigerians are talking about quite a lot this morning.
Oh, yes.
Some things to cheer, but those things to cheer are not necessarily meeting the needs of Nigerians at this material point, and which is, provision of jobs, making the prices of food come down, which is far more important than some of the things or measures that the federal government is taking. Speaking of which, we're starting this morning with the IG suspending enforcement of electronic CMR, which is the first talking point. And the first reaction is from Miyaki, who said, while it's a good move, but asking people to pay for a certificate that can be generated online and print by themselves is highly insensitive at this point of economic hardship in the country. This is even as the police officers will use it to extort motorists. There
you go, CMR Central Motor Registry, in case you're wondering, what is that about? Well, essentially, it's been suspended for now. The next user, Odenigbo, has this to say about this. While the idea is remarkably good one, they are doing this the wrong way. Nigeria already has a database of vehicles you can definitely work with, so multiplicity again of database. I mean, I can't count how many times.
There's the third-party insurance. There's also the motor vehicle registration that you need to obtain.
There's the FRC where you get, well, that's for your license anyway, but there's that angle of having vehicles registered as well. So we'll see how this one pans out.
And so this next talking point is about Nigerians now being able to obtain their UAE visas. That's according to the minister. And this is in the hope that all diplomatic issues have been clarified with the UAE government. I wonder if that also means that United Arab Emirates Airlines are returning to Nigeria. But we'll get to know in the coming
2 months ago, the whole easing of, let's say, the tension or the back and forth started 2 months ago. So yeah, that's the latest right there.
Okay, so we have the first talking point from Kelvin Izu, who says, no be UAE be the issue now. That's trying to say that that's not the highest on our list of priorities, I believe. Make on us solve hunger issue first. So solve the challenge of hunger. Now, who chop? They think of travel. So
there you go. Eye-polling myth is next, particularly the history. Last year there was a major gaffe by the presidency saying all the issues had been resolved, but it turned out that no, it had not been. So this user says, how this is celebrated as huge news, I don't really get. Doesn't this mean more pressure on the naira? People will need dollars to spend in Dubai.
Indeed. And this next one is from Teddy Ezike, who says, nothing to see here except that a third-rate country, UAE, humiliated Nigerians. It is their gain, not ours, for reinstating visa. I hope Nigerians will understand and pay them in their own coin. Well, the last part of it is, valid, but describing UAE as a third-rate country, I really don't know about that.
You can understand the anger, which is probably stemming from the hunger. So let's talk about the hunger now, because the federal government says it has given 20 trucks of rice each to states, 36 states, and the FCT. A lot of people are doing the math and wondering, I have not seen any rice. So this is what Nigerians are saying about it. Joseph Inyali says, I don't know how it will get to the vulnerable. However, it's the right step in the right direction. And this user goes on to pray that governors will be sincere in the distribution so that it gets into the right hands to cushion this severe hunger.
And this is considering that this may just be, the second or third round of distribution of palliatives since the onset of this administration. And you recall last year how, the palliatives were more getting to people in measures of rations rather than anything significant. So you can understand the skepticism. This one is from Henry Chibuzo, who says, let the government provide jobs, not bags of rice. How many families will benefit from this? And then he goes on to talk more and more about that. But
there you go.
You have the next talking point.
And this is tied to it, inflation. Our inflation has hit 34.19. Food inflation is 40.8%. So just imagine, that's for June, by the way, not for July. So this is what this user has to say. Kenny Thema says, things have to get worse. Now, this is in quote. Things have to get worse before it gets better. It didn't get bad only in Tinubu's time. This is almost 20 years of decay that he's trying to fix. this administration will favor me and my family. So you try to decipher if it's sarcasm, this is but essentially this is a quote that this user is putting out there. It's left to you to decipher what he's trying to say.
Indeed. So you let us know what your deductions are. This next one is from Napupu Tuwits, who says, agriculture, there you have it, is the way forward. You want to be in Nigeria right now, engage in agriculture, even if it's for your mental health.
Oh, there you go. So it's quite a lot to handle this morning, but not to worry. We're going to literally hold your hands and walk you through what you need to know. We're starting off with the economy. So inflation figures are out. Federal government says we're doing this and that will come out stronger. State governors are also saying, well, this is what we need to do. But guess what? Our next guest will give us some more insight. What do we need to do as a matter of urgency, as a government and as a people? That's our first talking point on the show this morning. So don't go anywhere. It's a morning brief.